guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Vicky on Vicky Loves You, cause I do. Anyways, guys, so this video is really gonna be a very intimate, deep into my past video, and I really hope this video encourages you guys. And for those that might see you guys as the person I'm talking about, to take a step back and really think about your life and what you're doing and how it's affecting other people. So, furthermore, this is my bully story. Alright, so I want to talk about my bully story / suicide story. So, I moved to a place. I was like, should I say it? Should I not say it? But I have big dreams for this channel, so I'm not going to say it. So I moved to one city to another my 6th grade, and 6th grade was kind of the year that my body started developing. So it was like an awkward stage for me. And 6th grade year had to be the worst year in my life. Worst year, hands down. There was an incident after an incident after an incident. Guys would say, is that a boy or a girl? Right to my face. Some guys would embarrass me, say I was ugly. A girl pushed my head in the bathroom, tormenting me, saying, do you want to hit me? Why don't you hit me? And I did nothing about it. Time after time, something would happen and I would dread going to school. And I would make up excuses not to go to school. I didn't want to go to school anymore. And I was very close to truancy. And y'all know what truancy is. That means too many absences or too many unexcused absences. Or you just missed too many days of school. And that was one of the reasons I just didn't want to go to school. But once my mom got the letter, I knew, alright. My mom was like, no, you're going to go to school. You need to go to school. And at the time, my dad was living in the city that I was born in or removed from because he hasn't found a job to the town we moved into. So it was really hard because my dad is my best friend and the person that I really went to when hard things happen. And I think one weekend my dad came down, and I don't think he remembers this, but I do. And I laid in his bed and I told him, I said, Dad, am I beautiful? Do I look like a boy? I get emotional because there's girls out there that question their beauty, their worth every day, and it breaks my heart because I used to be like that, and at moments I am like that. And my dad would say, of course you're beautiful, of course you look like a young lady. And at times, I mean, it meant something, and then at times it was just like, you're just my dad. It doesn't matter. And my dad would always say, well, if you were ugly, I would tell you. But he would never say that. But he's just like sarcastic and funny like that. And it got to the point where I questioned my life. And I think, I remember I yelled at God. I said, God, why did you make me this way? Why are you allowing me to hurt? Why are you allowing me to get tormented every day at school? There was no answer or response. Because at that moment, I wasn't close to God. I didn't even know who He was. And I didn't know His heart. I didn't know His desires for my life. I didn't know when we go to pain, He goes with it. He goes through it with us. I didn't know anything. I was just yelling at a God that my parents knew. It's not who I knew. And so one day my parents left somewhere. My siblings left too. I was alone. And I was in the kitchen. And I grabbed a knife. If y'all cut yourself, please don't do that. Don't cut yourself. I know some people do it because they can control their pain, but know that you have a God that loves you and that He wants to hear from you. And He wants to have a relationship with you. And that there is a rainbow and that there is beauty that He will create with those ashes that you have. And the pain that you have. I promise you, He will turn your mourning into joy. And your sorrow into joy. Give Him a chance. Don't hurt yourself anymore. But my sister was talking about that, and she was saying how they're cutting themselves wrong if they really want to die, blah blah blah. Kind of like she was just showing me like the correct way of like the reason why they didn't die. Because I think I questioned. I said, why haven't like people that do have all these marks on their arms, how are they not dead? Because isn't there like blood vessels or whatever? I forgot what I said. Or veins. Duh. And she's like, well, because you have to do it like this. And so that was replaying in my head, in my mind, and I grabbed the knife, and I was crying and shaking, and I said, if I'm not alive anymore, it won't affect nobody. Nobody cares about me. No one cares if I'm alive. There's no one that will be hurt. And it would be better for most people. And so, I grabbed the knife, I put it against myself. And I think when you're about to make the decision, the life or death decision, everything is replaying in your head. Every incident that drove me to that moment. And I was about to do it, and if I could tell you the sound that I heard, you would get goosebumps. And I get goosebumps to this day. It was like a loud no. Like someone yelled no. And I heard it clear as day, and I dropped the knife and I ran into my room. And at that moment, I knew there was a God, because there was no one in my house. No one knew what I was going through eternally. I know I show my emotion on my face, but when I'm hurt, and there's a constant battle in my mind, I keep that to myself. I don't tell anybody. And so I ran in my room and I just started crying. And I would like to say after that moment, when I went back to school, everything was fine. No, it wasn't. It was actually really bad still. But I knew there was a reason why I was on this earth. There wouldn't be a reason why the only true King, heaven, the God, would take His time to stop me, to prevent me from taking my life. So, as time passed, I had incidents with the same person that pushed my head throughout high school, but throughout high school there was a time where I went to a youth group, a youth conference, and that is where I met my God. I met my daddy. I met the man that created me from my head to my toes, that loves me, that calls me worthy, calls me chosen, calls me to a bigger purpose. And I had that to go back to. It was my wall. When everyone was up against me, that was my wall that was keeping me standing tall. But that wall can be destroyed when you yourself becomes your bully. So at the moment in my life, my senior year especially, I became very depressed. In school, I was happy. I would play the part. But I lost my shine. I lost the desire to tell people about God. I lost the desire to show people who He is and how He changed me, how He saved me. I turned my back away from Him, and I didn't have that wall anymore. I didn't have no support, and because me myself was joining the people that were tormenting me, that was calling me names, that was saying I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't worth it, I'm not beautiful, this is why you are who you are. And sorry, it's my dog. And it stinks when you yourself becomes your worst nightmare and a straight up bully. But a couple of months ago, I know, just recently, well, not a couple of months ago, a couple of years, I put myself in check, and I reminded myself that I am beautiful, I am precious than rubies, I am an overcomer, I am loved, I am forgiven, I am anew. And I fell back in love with myself, and I fell back in love with God. And I'm not going to say and lie to you on camera that my relationship with God is at 100. No, it's not at 100, and I don't think anyone could reach 100 with God. There's never a limit with God, and I feel like where I'm at right now, I can only go up from there, up from where I'm at. I still have my moments, I still have times of shame, I still make mistakes, but for you guys that I might have hurt through my senior year and even now, just understand that I've been hurt too, and there's still unforgiveness in my heart, and I need to take care of that, and that I tend to build a wall when it comes to people, just because of the many times that I let someone in and they hurt me just like any other person would, and I don't just let anyone come in my life anymore. I don't let anyone become an influence in my life, which I think that is 100, but I take it to the extreme where if you're not in my circle, then I don't want to speak to you. And that's not okay, because I am supposed to be a vessel of love, a vessel of, just love, like love. But that's besides the point. I do want to apologize though. And I hope you guys I'm sorry if I'm saying a lot. It's just, I've never really told anybody my story. And maybe only 2 people watch this, or maybe 10 people. I just hope with my story, it will help you overcome your story. And know that there is a light on the other side of the tunnel, and that God does love you, and that He has His hand over you, and His protection over you. And that just to trust Him and let everything you're going through, lay it on the cross, lay it before Him. He will take care of you. Just remember that Jesus was tormented too. He was spit at, thrown rocks at. he was tormented to the extreme. And I just want you to know that he came out of it with love and forgiveness, and just forgive them, pray for them, and you will see changes. I promise you, and I wish someone would have told me that. But I didn't share it with anybody. I kept it within myself, and it was eating me alive. Eating me alive. And I lost my smile, I lost my joy, I lost everything because I kept letting it eat everything that was good in me away. Don't let that happen to you. If you need someone to talk to, let me know. Email me or message me. Leave it in the comments. Everyone help each other on this channel. I just really hope that this video helps somebody. Well, that is my story, and I don't like to say my story because it's not my story. My story is still being written. My story isn't over. That was just a chapter in my life. And it's a chapter that you just skip. No, but I'm just kind of sliding it over. But I love you guys. I'm praying for you guys. Don't forget to join the crew if you haven't already by hitting the subscribe button down below. Definitely give this video a thumbs up if you understand where I'm coming from, and I really hope none of you guys that are watching is getting bullied right now. And if you don't mind, like, telling me down below, I would love to pray for you. Yeah, I really would. But I love you guys. And bye!